okike ewo ụmụ Chukwu abịa ma ndị na-eji abatago
Radio Biafra anyị abatago
Radio Biafra na anyị kwụ n'ọgbọ
Radio Biafra anyị abatago
ụmụ Biafra ụmụ Chukwu abịa ma
Radio Biafra anyị abatago
osi no maro mese no ya manu
Radio Biafra anyị abatago
ifa bekesilekechi nyaka inato yenu
Radio Biafra anyị abatago
ifa busoleso oputa gife
Radio Biafra anyị abatago
agwa meribo jikula gwonenu umu weweli ake
anyị abatago
obuna kwaluso wele mgba omachinata
Radio Biafra anyị abatago
okwu aka iwechetala sunu okwu ebukibu n'ụwa ọnụ ka ga-ejikwu enu ọnụ ka ya ọnụ eji bofelu onye ka eji akpọ pasio ọnụ kwuru njọ ya ekwu mma okwu ọnụ nwa ikube na gbogboli nye ka iwechetala azụ Radio Biafra anyị ekwuli ya.
Good evening, fellow Biafrans, men and women of good will and of good conscience. This is Radio Biafra live presentation on this evening of the 13th of April 2020. We are live from London and with every degree of certainty, without any shred of doubt in our minds, we are reaching the entire humanity at this particular point in time, despite the fact that we are facing unprecedented attack. Our FM relay stations are affected. We are having one or two serious issues, and we are asking you, eminent Biafrans, to exercise patience. I must use this opportunity to apologize to each and every one of you for some days of epileptic services that you are getting from Radio Biafra, especially those who are listening from different parts of Biafra land on FM platforms and even on our apps. We are having problem from the source, and we are engaging our providers to do something about it. And I must also not hesitate to let you know that it is not entirely our fault. But as always, when anything goes wrong, we are always out there to take responsibility. And on behalf of the Radio Biafra crew, on behalf of our media platforms through which you get our information, as always, we are very much aware of what is going on, and we extend our hands of fellowship to each and every one of you. I apologize on behalf of everyone, and I take responsibility. But I urge you to indulge us. Please exercise a little more patience, that things will be put in their rightful perspective. The problem regarding our online platforms are not far from the fact that there are so many people who are using the internet at this particular point in time. All over the world, I must say. There is reduction in service. There is reduction in quality of service that internet service providers are providing to their clients. And Biafrans all over the world are not left out. You can all bear me witness to it. And of course, as always, despite whatever happens, we will not capitulate. Biafra shall be restored in our lifetime. It doesn't matter what our enemies are doing, and we will not fail to, as always, hand over the proceedings, everything that concerns us, in the hands of the Most High God, Chukwokike, He who created heaven and earth, and indeed the rest of humanity, including Biafrans. We ask Him, as always, in His glory, in his fatherly mercy to descend in his majestic power to come and take position on the driving seat and drive home this evening this audacious quest and gospel for restoration of Biafra. We ask him to go before us as always, to go beside us, to go behind us, to continue to render powerless and impotent all the forces in Asorok, all the forces of darkness around us, whatever they are projecting against us. May their evil plot turn around and destroy them. May their camps be desolate, and may they never survive it. In turn, we ask you, the Most High God, to imbue the people of Biafra with strength, with every amount of determination and courage, spiritually and physically, that we shall continue to trudge on, that we shall continue to march relentlessly forward until you grant us the victory we are seeking. Do this for us now and give us victory and take the glory. To this we say amen and amen and amen. He say, Manus Uche Mefor, I am the deputy leader of indigenous people of Biafra from Abateta. Abateta is in Idemili is in Omambara. Mambra is in Biafra land. I am here as always, standing in the gap for leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Of course, in the next 48 hours, our leader will, of course, address the people of Biafra once again. The last broadcast of our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu exposed what the zoo was left of, and we can ask even our enemies, because they can bear witness to it, all those who are supporting, all those who have been championing the cause of the Northern Hausa Fulani Janjaweed terrorists who are in charge of top echelon of political power in the contraption called Nigeria, are now having a rethink. Several number of them are regretting. Some courageous among them have come out in the open to acknowledge the fact that they've made grievous mistakes of their lives. But some very heady and treacherous and arrogant lords among them are still, of course, coming up with all manner of shenanigans. But in their quiet time, they have actually understood and appreciated what the issues are. That you are dealing with rogue elements in Asorok. And this coronavirus pandemic has exposed the fraud that the zoo called Nigeria is. It has laid everything bare. And I can tell you, no matter how you look at it, everything is going in the direction of Biafra and Biafrans. In the end, at the end of this process, in the final analysis, we shall emerge even more stronger than ever before. We can assure you that. All we need to do is to bond together and in this difficult time, to be one another's keeper, to look after one another, not to backbite, not to point at your brothers or your sisters, not to sabotage what we are doing, not to concoct lies against your fellow Biafran, because there are people who are, of course, very much schooled in it. That is how they eat, to blackmail, to speak ill of your fellow brothers and sisters so that they will be molested or humiliated. The spirit of Biafra shall destroy individuals and groups like this. If I am one of them, the Most High God and the spirit of Biafra shall destroy me. We have not come here to play. Millions have died because of this cause that we are fighting for, and they are still dying. And we must indeed tell ourselves the truth at all times. There are those who are peddling lies both outside and inside the family of IPOB. And I am saying it with every amount of equivocation. I am saying it with no amount of equivocation. That our people must stand up at this particular point in time and join hands together. That Biafra shall be restored at the time the Most High God has scheduled it to be restored, and not allow the Most High God to get angry with us. Because we must not do what the zoo called Nigeria is doing in Biafra. Anywhere we see it, we must. Anywhere we see every kind of injustice, we must stand up and fight it. Very important. And at this auspicious moment in time, in this precarious situation that we find ourselves, we must render every support, render every assistance possible to our brothers and sisters. We must bond together, we must stand together, we must collaborate, we must join hands together to fight our enemies, because victory is very near for the people of Biafra. If we remain consistent, if we remain ideologically unshaken and focused, our people in different parts of the world are suffering, especially in China. The Chinese government, the communist government in China, has continued with their relentless assault on our people, on the black population in different parts of China, but especially in Guangzhou, the city of Guangzhou. And the question we shall be asking ourselves today is whether or not we don't have community in China. Don't we have black community in China? Don't we have African government missions in China? Don't we have Chinese citizens who are also blacks? Does it mean that they don't have what it takes to challenge evil and call it by its name? Because if the Chinese government is allowed to get away with these horrendous human rights abuse or abuses directed against the black race, then they will conquer the whole world. We don't expect the American government or the British government or the German government or other established democracies around the world to come out and stand in the front for us, because a lot of African countries are claiming to be democracies, and therefore their governments should be able to stand in the gap for their own citizens. Even if you cannot do anything, you should stand up and say it out. Speak out against evil, that you may flee. We are disappointed, especially the ordinary people in China, the blacks in China are disappointed. Men and women of good conscience are disappointed that the African governments are still hallucinating at the time when their entire population living in China are singled out for total destruction and extermination. And it is now a duty on the shoulders of men and women of goodwill. Don't wait for your government. You must stage protests in different countries where you are. Of course, you are not allowed to come out this time around, but we have the internet. We have the opportunity that the 21st century internet prowess have provided us. We must all speak out against the carnage, the evil, the appetite, the discrimination going on in China. We will not allow that to continue. The Zhu government has done nothing tangible, if not for the courage of the embassy official there, and we salute his courage. He led the way and others followed. But it is not yet over. It's not yet over. Our people must not fold their hands while our brothers and sisters are molested, are treated like animals. For days they were outside. Initially we wanted to know what was going on because nobody was talking. But we now found out that actually the coronavirus pandemic has handed dictatorships around the world opportunity to molest our people, to molest black race, to show us that we are nothing. But this is, as we said, the 21st century where everyone must stand up and do the needful. The Chinese government must be confronted using every available legal means to get justice for our people. Do not fold your hands, because if you do, it may come to you. As we speak, they are making inroads in the contraption called Nigeria. A whole health minister, or whatever he calls himself, was acknowledging the fact, shamelessly acknowledging the fact that they did not invite the Chinese doctors, that the Chinese doctors invited themselves, but nevertheless they appreciated it. And this is a country with a functioning legislature, with a functioning executive, with a functioning judiciary. A country that has maintained scores or records of international relations among other countries. A country that has embassy in China, and a country in which China has its own embassy as well. They don't know how the medical doctors came in. A company decided, a Chinese company decided to be that magnanimous in bringing Chinese medical doctors for the people who are living in the contraption called Nigeria, and a whole government, a whole Ministry of Health. If you think you have a government, you need to think twice. They are acknowledging the fact that they did not invite these doctors, but these doctors are there. So in essence, this particular company is the one deciding for the contraption called Nigeria. And it boils down to the fact that you don't have government. It boils down to the fact that indeed you are dealing with rogue elements who call themselves government officials. It is a testimony of the fact that nobody is in charge of your future and your welfare. It further cements the fact that you must indeed stand up and defend yourself and do everything humanly possible to keep yourself and your family safe. On this platform, we shall continue to expose the zoo for what it is. We will advise and we continue to encourage our people to download the broadcast of our leader Mazi. Listen to it over and over again, disseminate it, share it, and tweet it as well. Upload it on your YouTube account so that the zoo government will not go and delete it using their partners in Facebook to do the needful. We must be active on Twitter, we must be active online, because the future of communication remains social media platforms, whether I like it or not. At the end of this global coronavirus pandemic, at the end of this global lockdown, you will see that the future of internet will be more and more ever clearer and very central to what we are doing. And therefore, if we don't, at this particular point in time, if we haven't maintained presence on social media platforms, you better do so. If you don't know how to operate it, tell somebody, enlist the services of another person to take you through. For us Biafrans, it is very important that you are on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, on Instagram, and other platforms. These are the most important, because this next battle will be fought via this platform. In addition to the traditional platform that we are using, these social media platforms will, of course, augment what we are doing. Of course, you have seen what Twitter has done for this struggle. You have seen what Facebook has done for this struggle, despite the fact that they are fighting us. But the Most High God remains in charge. We must also remember that our brothers and sisters in different parts of the world are being subjected to horrendous inhumane treatment. The inhumane treatment that our people are subjected to in different parts of the world is unspeakable. Our people are in different detention centers simply because of a number of factors beyond their own control, circumstances beyond their control. Because the zoo called Nigeria is a devilish and hellish place to live. Our people are running away, and when they go out and go to other countries, they are all in one way or the other subjected to horrendous experience of which they have no control over. Our people in different parts of Asian continent, we understand what we are saying here. There are a lot of things that our people, I mean Biafrans, let me be more specific, are engaged in order to survive in Western world, in Asian countries, but more especially in Asian countries. Our people there who are outside and who are in the know of what is going on must open up, because they have continued to kill, to maim, to destroy lives that belong to Biafrans. There are some of our people who call themselves businessmen and established moguls. They specialize in taking our people abroad. They specialize in providing visas to our people to those who are desperate to go out of the contraption called Nigeria. In the process, a lot of them are sold out. Modern day slavery is going on everywhere in different parts of the world, and more especially in Asia. We raised alarm on one or two incidences that happened in Pakistan about 2 months ago, and what we found out was that was just a tip of the iceberg. A number of Biafran youths are being sold like slaves in Asian countries. For one reason or the other, some of them end up losing their lives, and people are keeping quiet. And I'm asking, and a number of people are asking, why are we so wicked? Why are we so wicked? Why are such atrocities going on in our midst and people are keeping quiet? If we are to restore Biafra, we must face our problems head on. If Biafra is to be restored, if we must make a difference among community of nations, we must begin to tackle our problems head on. That particular aspect of our lives must be looked into. There is modern day slavery among the people of Biafra, especially those living abroad. You must be bold enough to expose these people. Our people are in different detention centers, in different prisons. We must all come together to find out what the problem is. We must find out what is the problem with our people, why they are where they are. We must do everything humanly possible to make sure that we come to the rescue of our people who are being taken away. Some of them are being killed, their lives wasted for nothing. We must face this problem head on, because there are some discussions I was having before coming on air, and even before now. The culture of people using themselves as collateral for all manner of businesses our people are embarking on is unacceptable, and that area of our lives must be exposed, and those who are involved in doing those must be made public. There are some people who contacted me regarding this. I don't want to mention their names, but those of us who are living in Asia, Asian continent especially, should take this as a matter of fact very seriously. Very, very seriously. We must not continue to live like barbarians. That kind of lifestyle must stop, and if it doesn't stop, that is another frontal war that we must have to fight. And our people who are in different parts of Biafra land, who have their fellow sons, who have relations and who have traveled abroad for a long time and they haven't heard from them, especially those who have gone to Asia. simply know that it is either two things. It is either that your relation is in prison or that it's been sold to somebody else or that it's been killed. Begin to ask questions, because evil is evil. People who know about all these things and they are keeping quiet, something is wrong with all of them. The modern day slavery of young Biafran youths being sold into mega slavery in Asia is unacceptable. Even if the person has committed an offense, there is need for our people to know about it, rather than keeping quiet and the lives of our youth are being wasted because of the fraudulent Nigerian enterprise, because they cannot find a means of living in the contraption called Nigeria. They will decide to go outside, and in their desperation to go outside and find greener pastures, some unscrupulous individuals who are obviously well-to-do will deceive them, lure them into another hell in Asia. And everybody is keeping quiet. The so-called Igbo associations, Ohaneze Ndi Igbo, they all know all these things. Some of them are the patron or patrons, the ogas, the bosses who are running this cartel. What are we trying to say here? Our people who are still living in Biafra land and who are desperate to go out, it is very important that you understand what the issues are. Even if you are going to go out at all, by all means and at all costs, never you try to go to any country in Asia, because that your brother, that your cousin that you knew, that your friend that you knew before he traveled may not be the same person you know, or you will know and behold when you see him in that part of the world. Because the condition of living will force people to begin to live like animals. They'll become so heartless, they become so wicked, that what matters for them is their own survival. They don't want to know whether you are alive or you are dead. Our people, young Biafran people who want to travel abroad, your choice of destination must not be Asia. Very important, because there is no human right as you know it in the part of the world where you are. It is either you are alive or you are dead. Our people who are in the know of all these things must stand up and speak against evil. So many of our people are in Asia, they are trapped, that they don't know how to come back. That is a monumental problem on our side or before us, and we must have to tackle it. We must stop pretending about it, because once we call something a problem, it becomes something to be solved. If we keep quiet, our people will all die. If we keep quiet, the younger generation of Biafrans whom you are counting to be abroad, several number of them are in Asian continent, may not be alive to see Biafra. Very important. And back to the main issue, which is the coronavirus pandemic. The leader of indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi, has done something no other human being in his circumstance, in his position, in his situation has done before. Indigenous people of Biafra are not money makers per se. But our leader has shown that if he is entrusted with the resources to take care of our people, that he will use it judiciously. Even the zoo government announced that they have spent how many billions in making phone calls and other money that they are transferring to individuals. They say that they are poor people. Of course, everything is going into their pocket. They don't have courage to do what IPOB has done. The same terrorist organization, the same terrorists are everywhere now, caring for the people. The same terrorists, the same miscreants are at the forefront of providing whatever it takes for our people to have, at least have some level of confidence and hope for the future at this difficult time. The same jobless people, the same horrible IPOB under the leadership of Mazi and are today doing what even the so-called government in Biafra land cannot do. So our people must not be discouraged, must not grow weary about the carnage that they are wreaking on us. Our people must not grow weary about the criticisms, the backdoor and arm twisting tactics that they are using against us. Because there is light at the end of the tunnel. Imagine what IPOB can do if IPOB is in government. Imagine what IPOB can do if IPOB has everything it takes to redirect the future of our people towards glory, productivity, and prosperity. If you have not joined IPOB, you better join IPOB now. It doesn't matter where you are. If you haven't joined any family of IPOB where you are, better begin to ask questions around you. Of course, it will not be possible at this time of lockdown, but make inquiry so that by the grace of the Most High God, when this lockdown is over, you will be able to physically meet with our people. We continue to ask our people to maintain the culture of hygiene, the culture of taking care of themselves, health-wise. Do not accept any mask or any other equipment sent to you by anybody, even those in the medical profession like doctors and nurses in the contraption called Nigeria. What they have done this time around is to cleverly accept whatever they imported from China. You may not see the Chinese doctors or Chinese medical officers or officials that company imported from China. And of course, which Nigerian government has not actually said what is behind. Do not accept anything that comes from them. What they have done is to hand over this to hospitals in the zoo called Nigeria. They will now administer it on their behalf. So what you will be seeing is either your relation, your brother, your sister, or your fellow so-called Nigerian or Biafran administering orders. It doesn't make it any less dangerous. In different countries, United Kingdom here and some other countries, they have rejected anything that comes from China because they are contaminated, especially things that relate to this coronavirus. Do not shy away from protecting yourself. What you have to do our will, our determination, our political will to fight injustice will be part and parcel of the tool that we have to fight these people. This is Radio Biafra representation. We are having a lot of difficulties here. I don't know whether even people are hearing my voice, but if they are, that's fine. We never expected it because we are having some issues with streaming, and it is not from us but from our providers. I will begin to take call at this particular point in time because in no time we'll begin to descend. The number to call is +44 7405 96446 +44 7405 96446. We are on Skype. The Skype ID we have to advertise. I don't know whether it's going to be up and running now because of the internet connectivity here. It is fluctuating and we're going to do something about it. Number to call remains +44 7405 96446 +44 7405 96446. Our people in Asia, our hearts go out to all of you, but it is not the best way to keep quiet regarding those of our brothers and sisters in prison. Very important. Number to call is +44 7405 96446. I can't even take the call. Can you hear me? Call on the phone. Call on the phone. Can you hear me? My goodness. Can you hear me? I need to check one or two things and then I'll be back. We need to check one or two things and then be back. Can you hear me? Yes.
Hello?
Yes. Good evening from here. Fantastic. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Good evening, my beloved brother. I'm watching my comrade.
Ndewo. I know this Kabeza.
Okay, I'm watching. I appreciate our onion, Ahmadika, and as well as those people hearkening to his voice. Mazi, I remember what I miscount. Okay, for you see one from Makadache, Corona. Okay, my beloved brother, what you said is exactly what I wanted to hear now, because what is happening around the world in Mazi, we are people that are marked for complete extermination. And
yes, definitely.
I was bringing those people from China online. But in few days now, the situation has been deteriorating. And what we are saying now, it is high time the African Union wakes up, AU.
It's going to be a concerted campaign. Everybody must stand up and bombard African governments and the union itself. I'm even talking. There was a video that I saw where South African armed forces, with the military or the police, they were being instructed to go after Nigerians and one other country. And it is very important that our people raise alarm regarding that, because what happened during the so-called xenophobia, if it happens again, there is going to be crisis everywhere in Africa. And the South Africans should not think that they have the monopoly of violence, because it's going to be very, very deadly. They also have their nationals in different countries. Go ahead, please, my brother.
Yeah, my beloved, what he's saying is right. You see, like this our ambassador that's they retired. This Dr. Arikana. That woman has been very, very prominent. Mazi, do you know why they retired that woman? Because of our consistent stand on France, on the stand occupation of Africa. This is why, because the people in AU, all of them are the people, you know them, they are all these Muslim man, and they take advantage of that woman is the ambassador, AU ambassador to America, and the cajole this woman, they retired that woman. And
okay, I now remember. I now remember her.
Arikana, Dr.
Yeah,
Arikana,
they retired her, but she's not tired yet.
Yeah,
she's still doing a lot of things.
She took a very big stand about this, what is happening in China. I have been following that woman since today. Mazi, another thing of utmost concern to me, you see, Mazi, what is the business of big debt or whatever, for that idiot, Microsoft, that will come up to determine for us how many babies we will have in Africa? Mazi, do you know Igbo Ade that say, they are born. Do you remember that it was during the time they come to colonize us, they try to account our people, our ancestors refuse them.
Of course, Brigade has failed already, because he's not going to succeed. He cannot succeed. Anyway, let him come. Let him come. But how devilish man's heart can be. Go on.
Yeah, my deputy, Africa Union must take a stand and proscribe that man or ban him from entering Africa. He cannot stay there and dictate for us what will happen. He is calculating with his useless wife that many people, the number of people that will die in Africa. Who is that man to even in Nigeria? Has he any right to tell us how we will marry, how we sleep with our, because they don't make babies. So this is time Africa should wake up, and I appreciate our African brothers all over the world, because he was an and Namibia. My
brother, definitely they are not going to succeed. There are certain things that you can do, and it's just like pushing somebody against the wall. Is that possible?
Yeah, my brother. Another thing that is I saw today. I don't know if you have seen it. He not donate 1,000 bags to Newi province. Mazi, for you to know that these people are listening to us.
No, they're taking heat from our leader Mazi Nnamdi. Our leader Mazi Nnamdi is leading, and they are following. And it is a very courageous step that he has taken. IPOB has taken to waking. Even the zoo government is now, they are ashamed of themselves. They are coming up to pretend that they care, but it is too late.
Mazi, too late. From 1967 to 1970, they tried to all of them gang up to exterminate or how is it now that we are more than 100 countries? Mazi, come here, like Europe, our people will never go hunger. This project, you and your beloved brother, on a one Chineke ga-edemegana this your brother and ihe ha ọ na-achọ na ga-eri ka anyị ga-enweta anyị nwa ga-adị ndụ nwee Biafra, and I will tell people till the end of the time. Mazi, okay, for this Biafra mobility, I adore not to one maybe all. This thing we started, we will finish it, and we are entering there very soon. We are telling our people to do simple things. There will be able to see ihe ọla agwọ on the mayor. What we are telling our people in Biafra land to be careful, to be mindful of whatever, however, anything that is coming their way, let them reject it in total, completely. And we are getting to our promised land. I just pray that Chukwu Kabamo will make this thing to go far so we can go to America and telling our brothers in America, a bed at hand worth 1 million and 2. I know they are trying about this case to 2020. Let them continue. We appreciate all of them. And Chukwu Kabamo will do it. Very soon. Okay, for you. See you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
This is what the Biafra petition is. Can you hear me? Good evening from here. Welcome to the program.
Good afternoon from the state of New York.
Oh, it's not even Ichiezoku, Mazi Okoli. There.
Yes, well done, Mazi.
Thank you very much.
From this side, and to let our people that our family here in New York State, that we are well and doing, and just that we've been keep hostage at home now for 3 weeks, but everything is said and done, and our families are doing what they're supposed to do. We don't do, face-to-face meeting anymore, but we're still doing our meeting over the conference lines, and which most of our zones did have yesterday. And
right.
Just to encourage our people home, that we, no matter what the situation might be, that we are with all of them. We're doing the best we can here, which we already started yesterday, to be able to, play our part in supporting them and activities that is going on there. And to thank you and our supreme leader, because the war, as you always say, after this storm, the world is not going to be the same anymore.
Of course.
And people are saying,
definitely.
When people get into the social media now with these two past broadcasts now, they can see. I was watching a program from one Indian doctor was, getting on Bill Gates and Dr. Faso, So as it comes like this, as you always say, things will never be the same.
Never.
A lot of people, when they get money, as our leader said it yesterday, instead of them to do the good work, what comes in their mind is to how to kill people. But they always meet a brick wall when they started to do all those things. As people that come before them, and they didn't get nowhere. So these people is not going to get anywhere, and we're trying to encourage our people. Anywhere you are around the world, a Biafran, IPOB members, try and keep in contact with all your family members, because we want to know what is going on around our people. And if you have any problem, you have a state where you are. And if you're in United States and you want to reach out to our family members in terms of this humanitarian mission that we are heading upon now, you can reach out to any coordinator in the United States if you want to make out a donation to help our people back home for feeding. Mazi, Please, I need to give up my number so that if our people is in other states, they want to get to coordinator that is there, they can reach me. I will direct them to the coordinators in 50 states in the United States here.
Yes,
So
go ahead, please.
Okay, my Mazi Okoli, the Deputy State Coordinator, State of New York. My number is 646-645-8237. In case you want to contribute in helping our people back home, you can call me, or you can, if you are within United States, you can go to ipobinusa.org. You can make your donation there as well. Just indicate what the donation is for humanitarian mission. Please, it's very important because our people need it this time. Mazi, I won't take too much of your time, so that I'll give chance so that other people will come in and remain safe, okay, and the family.
Thank you very much, and you too. Thank you, Mazi Okoli. God bless you, and keep it on. Thank you. This is really Biafra live presentation of this evening of the 13th of April 2020. Can you hear me, Mazi? The call on the phone.
Yes, my deputy. This is Ifan Chukwumadabuchi Olivezu from Obu in Orumba North, in Oka Province.
Thank you very much. Thank you for holding. Go ahead, please.
Thank you, my deputy. I say, may God bless our leader and yourself and all principal officers and all Biafrans, all actors all over the world. My brother, what I want to touch is regarding what the principal thing you started this broadcast with our people taking advantage of our own blood because of the desperation of our state in the zoo called Nigeria. Why are some of us so dark in the mind? And so at this juncture, I want to advise our young men and women. We are seeing cases where people are burnt, are beaten and killed by sadists and ritualists and organ harvesters in Asia, and maybe who knows where else is happening. So I think it is time to advise our people.
And there are some of them who know about this things and they keep quiet.
Imagine. So we have to make a campaign, a directed campaign to our youth to stay put, stay in Biafra land, even in the zoo until it is very easy to say not to travel out. They will say, oh, but we are outside. But
yes.
Until you know where you are going and what you are going to do, stay behind.
And if you must travel, not Asian country, I must say, because that place is very horrible.
Exactly. Because it is this coronavirus that has opened the bowel of China with its discrimination. Do you know that there is a museum in China where our people, the black people, are being depicted as animals, and people are going there to watch it? So, and now this corona thing has shown that people can be beaten up in the city because they are black. And it is this desperation to leave the zoological republic that makes our people to try to trek to Europe from Nigeria, and thereby dying at the desert and trying to cross the Mediterranean. Our people should know that if you around the park, if you are trying to achieve and improve your life, and then you kill yourself, what is the sense of your struggle? And so it is better to stay in Biafra land and join IPOB, for goodness sake. Join IPOB. If you join IPOB, depending on your talent, you can be placed where you can be useful to yourself and to humanity. Because this man called Bob Marley, he said the worth of a man is not the amount or the cash or the real estate he has, but by his capacity to affect the lives of people around him positively. So stay put in Biafra land, do a little farming, do whatever you can do to subsist until Biafra comes. Biafra is coming, then you achieve your full potential as a human being. Don't go and waste your life. Don't go and waste your life. I've told all my, extended family members. A lot of them want to come to Europe. A lot of them want to go anywhere. I said, sit where you are until you know where you are going and what you are going to do. Don't just go anywhere for the going sake and then you go and get stuck over there. My brother, another thing I want to touch. Do you want to say something?
No, I said thank you for that contribution. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, my brother, another thing I want to touch is to show, our people know it by now, but again, in Igbo language, they said, Eke oke, amalonya kolase. Can our political class and the Biafran one Nigerians, can they now see that since 2015, stipends have been paid to Almajiris, to Fulanis, and their subservients of 5,000 to 10,000, depending on your connection? Can they now know that during this COVID-19 pandemic, that people are being paid 20,000 naira as stipend plus raw food? Now, what are we getting? Does it mean that everybody in Biafra land is rich? Does it mean that everybody in Biafra land has a relative living abroad? And this has been going on. And this is appetite of the highest order. And people are not allowed to eat. Our political class, I don't know what they've done to these people. Can't they even scream that this cannot be on? These people, these Fulani people have a very big agenda. Do you know that this palliative, they said they have shared 2 trillion naira. And then
to the Almajiris and their pockets.
Yes. So they said they have shared 2 trillion naira. And the parliament, the House of Parliament said, okay, if you shared that much, we want to know who you gave it, how much you gave to them, and we want their data. The next day, they burnt the Treasury House. And this is their system. When after the election, or even before the election, the storehouse of electoral materials, some of them got gone. Okay, after the election, some are in the electoral tribunal, and then what happens? The INEC office gets burnt. So you can never lay your hand on the statistics of on which they are basing their rulings. I don't know. I don't know what is this. What kind of people is this? And people are pretending that this is a country that we have to uphold. Why can't our people come
Nigeria is dead and buried. There is no. It's just a matter of time. So anybody hoping in Nigeria is doing him or herself or themselves a great disservice, and they are yet to find out. A lot of them are finding out now, but there are still very arrogant few who are still going about in the hopeless confidence. How will I put it? They are hopelessly hoping for the best, but it's not going to get better. Nigeria is going to get worse than what you are seeing. After this pandemic, you will now see what the zoo called Nigeria is. And you are seeing it already. This period has offered an insight into the fraud that the contraption called Nigeria is and what has been going on behind the scenes. They don't have coordination. Nobody is in charge. And it is going to collapse very soon. If they continue with this lockdown without money given to people, without any salary paid, without food given to people, they are going to face revolution of unstoppable and unprecedented one or fashion.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
And so my brother, a little thing I want to touch before I leave is that our people in the Nigerian armed forces, especially the army, our people in Nigerian army, the Air Force, the Navy, our people, Biafrans there, you must know what time it is. You have there's unequivocal evidence now that the Nigerian government is not fighting Boko Haram. A literature that is not up to a tenth of Nigerian population, there's very very, very well with these people called Boko Haram. But Nigeria of 200 million haven't even secured local governments. And that shows you that that this government is not doing anything. Instead, they're cajoling them, encouraging them to resign or to say they repented, to come into the Nigerian army, and then you are sent on a war front with somebody who you are going to fight his brother. How, please, my brothers in the armed forces, save your souls, save your lives. We need you. You need us. You have to live to see Biafra so that you know that there is a country, that a country can function. Nigeria is so dysfunctional all my life. It is all my life. I'm telling you the truth. If we put everything behind, I was born before the war. I'm not a kid, for goodness sake. I lived through the war. But let's put whatever happened in the war, before the war, aside. I don't forget it. Just from 1970 till date, this is more than a generation. How many generations has passed? And the country refused to change. So what is the hope, my people? Don't go and fight and die for nothing. Secure yourselves, and let's fight for Biafra, and let's work for Biafra. And I'm wondering why our people of means, why our politicians cannot, some of them, it is come to a time that people of means can get out of that country, go to where you can lay hand on your means, and start helping to pull the devil's edifice down. We will never achieve our potential. Be you a professor, be you whatever you have learned or whatever you got, you cannot achieve your potential as long as this zoological republic is in place. So everybody must join hands to pull it down, and every people will build up a society of their own. The corners who have 12 Sharia states should be a Sharia state they would be proud of, and we, the libertarian Biafrans, the Republican Biafrans, shall be a secular state where everybody will be free to worship whatever he wants or not. This deception and delusion of trying to build Nigeria cannot work because the value system is so divergent and the people are so hostile to each other. Forget, if you see what Fulani soldiers did to our people in Warri, just that people want to go and buy food. It's like they killed somebody and you kill the people just because they want to go and scavenge for food. This is not what they do to their own. It's for the fact that we are not one, that we will never be one, that somebody will break the head of elderly octogenarian woman, an 80 years plus woman who is going out with her fruit to try to sell to find another food, and a young man trained in a country's army will break her head. This wickedness, it cannot continue. And if this Biafra is dead, it can't. So, my brother, sorry for going on.
Yeah, we of course you have said it all, and we have to move on and take other calls, and of course know what other people
thank you,
will
my
say.
brother. God bless you, and remain blessed. Bye.
Thank you very much. God bless you too. This is Radio Biafra presentation on this evening of the 13th of April 2020. Number to call remains +447405964146 +447405964146. Can you hear me? Caller on the phone. Good evening from here. Welcome to the program. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Mazi, Uche, Mefor. Good evening, sir.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Thank you very much. My name is Uche. I'm calling from Italy.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Thank you, my devotee. May Chukwu Kikabema bless you and bless our leader.
You
what
too.
I could be that Chukwu Kikabema himself formed, because I know what is going on in IPOB family is not something ordinary. It's extraordinary because Chukwu Kikabema is with us. In other words, he couldn't have achieved because we don't even. It seems that we have lost the track totally, but Elohim said no. that these people must come back. I want to request something that most of the IPOB members should go on Twitter and make sure that we tweet against this man called the Gate, because their plan was just to exterminate the whole of Africa. It seems that this thing that happened just now is just like I can't see Abraham or something went contrary. If not that, maybe perhaps they want to use systematically put something somehow in place that there's something going wrong with the virus. In other words, maybe the worst has to come in Africa because the schedule that has been campaigning about it. And my brother that called last night said we need an African Union. We don't have African Union. It is only the Africans, but the youth and this generation should wake up. We should wake up wherever we are, in any form, wake up, or even to say something, to ask questions. Because we don't have African leaders. We don't have even African Union. You know, they could have, if they would have, they could have not even killed Gaddafi. Because they were there when they killed Gaddafi. They don't even know that let me say something. What is going on? Our people die in the Mediterranean today. I'm here in Europe. I can see some European countries are talking about it, working very somehow hard in order to quench that route. But it's not because they likely, maybe they love us. No. It is because the entrance of Africans in here is giving them a burden. And that's why they are working very hard to make sure that the burden will reduce. Not because they want to save our people's life there. That is what I understand. So anybody thinking about African Union, there are nobody there. If there are people there, Buhari could have not closed the border, go contrary to the West African policy, and everybody keep quiet. So our people should wake up. So there's any other thing I want to say. People moving around Hopus or Dema in Imo State should be very careful, because after our leaders broke us, I observed something that maybe somebody said that they have brought 3 Chinese people to Owerri. Because these people are the people who put them, and some few of them are the people that integrate, have a handshake with this Abakayeri and Jubril himself. So I think they are trying to preserve their life, bringing Chinese to show that maybe if they have been infected with this disease, they can safeguard themselves and maybe be cured. And that is the only thing I can see. I understand from that issue, because I don't see any reason they will bring Chinese. But in other words, our people should be very, very careful and watch. Be your brother's keeper. Any movement you see against Chinese in our place, we can beat them up. After all, they're beating our people in China. Beat them up. They will run away from that area. And every IPOB should call their family members and the other places.
We are not going to take laws into our hands, my brother. There are so many things we can do that are as effective as the same. We are not going to take laws into our hands, but we, of course, understand what you're saying. And everything humanly possible should be done to make sure that the Chinese government is exposed, that our people are protected, that we collaborate as much as possible and bond together in this difficult period.
Well, yeah, that is true. But out of anger, somebody can express somehow. You know, that is the thing. Somebody bringing Chinese from all the way from China to come and do what? They have not even cleared their own problem.
People, there is a way of dealing with this issue. When they come to our land, Biafra land, they are in the zoo called Nigeria already. There is rumor that they are in different parts of Biafra land. Isolate them. Run away from them, reject whatever they have come from, and then let's know whom they are going to deal with and all that. So there is a way that we need to deal with them. When they come to be more forceful against our people, then that becomes an issue of self-defense. But it hasn't got to that level. It hasn't got to that level. There is a very technical way of dealing with them. Reject everything that comes from them. Reject them, and we will see how it goes. That's the first principal step that we need to take. We cannot stay on air here and tell our people to do this or do that.
No, some of our, our radio listeners not covering some certain area. I called my village, some area, until they told me that they brought the mask. They are sharing the mask. Then I have to tell them they should not even use it. And that's what I told them. But for them to get to my village to that extent, it means that they have been trying somehow to penetrate with one way or the other through their agents in Biafra land. Those people working the political affair of the zoo. So if they can penetrate with that mask to my village, definitely they have gone so far to distribute the mask. And that is the major problem. That is why I even instruct them, if you see any of them there with the mask, make sure that you send them out. Anyway, thank you very much. May Chukwu bless us. Let us keep on to propagate this gospel. At the end of the process, Biafra should be restored. Thank you.
You said thank you. Thank you very much. God bless you too. This is Radio Biafra presentation. We will begin to wind down, this time. The number to call remains plus 4474 05964146 plus 4474 05964146. Can you hear me? Caller from South Africa. Good evening from here.
Hello.
Welcome to the program.
Hello, Mazi.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Mazi, good evening, sir.
I can hear you. Good evening from here. Go ahead.
Yes, this is Anthony Ipob from South Africa.
Thank you very much. Go ahead, my brother.
Mazi, I don't know, for the first time or no, I'm being connected with this channel every time I'm trying, but and I connect it. But today I just want to say thank you for Chukwu for what he's doing for us. First thing, I want to thank our leader Mazi Nandi for what he's doing with our people, because we are seeing everything. It's not audio donation. People that are giving audio donation in Biafra, in Nigeria.
Yes, it is not audio.
I'm so grateful. That's why he will be my leader. Yeah, Mazi, I want to chip on three things. Number one is I don't know why Nigerians are still doubting that this idiot that is in one in Aso Rock, one is in Nigeria, one is in, I don't know how many of them, because you can see some of them are young, some of them are old, some of them are white, some of them are black. We have white Jubrin, we have the old Jubrin, we have young Jubrin, we have black Jubrin, we have even bleaching Jubrin. I don't know why people are still doubting about this thing, that this man is not a Nigerian. That is number one. Number two is, hello?
Yes, we are listening to you. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Number two is, this thing, I don't know, I actually miss you not to see. Na here basara struggle anya, because na nnagbata obi anyị wụ ụmụnne anyị. Enwere onye meni ya na-ekwu okwu, dọkịta onye mba mmiri, achọrọ m esi n'Igbo. Ọ sị m na ihe na-ewute ya wụ na anyị na-eme ihe ọ dịka ọwụzi sọsọ ihe ndị Igbo. Masị ya na ọwachi na ọ maka na ọ bịabeghị nso.
My brother, let no one, talk about Ihendi Igbo, no Ihendi Igbo. Let me just say something here. I have taken my time to call on our brothers from different parts of Biafra land, especially from coastal regions, to, for instance, come on this platform, Radio Biafra, and take their stand and broadcast in the language, in the dialect of their own people, and bring their people on. And nobody has come up. And so if you are in your house waiting for me or any other person to come and bring you out, it's not going to happen. It's simple as that, because everybody has equal opportunity, equal privilege on this platform, equal right on this platform. So if you remove yourself from the family, then you don't have yourself to, you have yourself to blame. That person complaining, why don't he come forward? Why is he not coming forward? Because I don't understand it.
Yes, I understand you, sir. I'm just trying to just bring some information from because I'm trying doing my evangelism, but so it's what I'm getting from some people.
Yeah, then the person told you you have behind the Igbo, and then so what next did he say?
No onyeisi anyị wu onye Igbo, osote onyeisi anyị onye Igbo, onye mgbasa ozi onye Igbo na-enweghị mba mpaghara akụkụ ndị Igbo etiri n'isi oche.
I don't understand that. It is still the same thing we are talking about. People are called to come out that this struggle is for everyone. Everybody is going back and standing on the fence. You move forward, you move 2 steps forward today. Next day you move 5 steps backwards and all that. So are you trying to say that this struggle will be held to ransom or what? We will be moving when every other person is ready to take their position. The platform is open for everyone. You understand me? Okay. So if you are not occupying your own platform, then that's your own business. Nobody is occupying any other person's platform, for avoidance of doubt. So it's just like now you are in your house, and then somebody will come and force you to come out and join the struggle and all that. It's not possible. Okay. It's not possible. Okay. You have to show these things belong to everyone. This thing belongs to everyone. Nobody should preach to you what is your own. Nobody should preach and persuade you on what is your own. Biafra is for everyone. Biafra is for every part of Biafra land. You need to come up and take your position. If you don't, then your position will remain vacant. Can you hear me? Call on the phone. Good evening from here. Welcome to the program.
Uncle Uche Mefor, still at the bell. Good evening,
Good evening from here.
I am
Go ahead, please.
You precisely from the land of the brave and home of the free. Sir, I am so excited once again to be on this platform with you. I sincerely do apologize if I have wronged anyone, but it is not my fault that Elohim have chosen one like me to be a servant among all the IPOB principal officers. Sir, my name remains Uche Chukwu, alias the Hawkins of the century, stroke the miscreant of the season. Sir, this is me. Sir, I want to thank you. I want to thank my leader. I want to thank the principal officers. I want to thank all of us of freedom. I want to thank those who have stood in this prayer consistently without faulting it. Sir, let me say something, please. I want to make a request. You people have been sending us this, aid, like food items and all that. And on this ongoing prayer, there is a prayer point in one of the paragraphs that I want you to help me ask Onyendo to pray back again, because the way things is going, sorry, a lot of people would ask, oh, now, did you understand that this rice you people have sent to us, there are some of all the Biafrans who are not IPOPs that will, by omission or commission, benefit from this rice. I'm telling you this thing before God and man. Maybe by visiting us that they don't have food in the house, I will give them. And we have been praying that those people who have said that Biafra will not come. I don't know if you're understanding the phrase or maybe it's close there. Now, I want you to beg him again, to pray again and say, those of them that will come and join us eating this rice, that does not want to join IPOP, let them not die. Let them live and see IPOP getting this freedom for them and their generation. That is one thing. It's just a request. When it's not accepted, no problem. Now, I want to tell you one testimony tonight. I just came in. It's not too quite long. I came in from where I went to Congo just about 30 minutes ago. One of my Unit 4 woman leader, she called me, said, please, there's any problem? He said, no, just that the Zero radio FM stations all over the earth today was announcing that our leader only sent 40 bags of rice to us. I said, what do you expect from these
40,
people? What do you expect from them?
40,000.
40 bags of
not
rice.
40. Yeah, we saw. I saw that. I'm just within that now. The Zoo media, the Yoruba media is at it, but they cannot try to deceive the people because the video is there. Everybody is saying it. It is verifiable. It is forensic, if you like, in every aspect, in every ramification. That more than 40,000 bags of rice were being distributed in different parts of Biafra land. More are still coming by the grace of the Most High God.
Sherry mama, kabash. Oh,
yes, my brother, you need to go to the point because there are so many people waiting.
Sir, I don't have much to say. I'm just excited because I know that he has said it. Whenever the time comes, that when they don't have food on their tables, they will uplift, as in they update their paragraphs in their newspaper just to have a little coin in their pocket. Now is the time. So they can talk anything, say anything. We are 7 steps ahead of them. Thank you, sir. I love you from you.
Thank you very much. God bless you. Bye. Thank you. This will be a full presentation. We are moving forward. Most God remains in charge. And at this particular point in time, we must begin to wind down. We thank you, eminent Biafrans, for having participated. We continue to urge you to remain very, very disciplined in terms of observing the health warning. They need to be very, very strict in imbibing the culture of keeping yourself, keeping your family safe. This particular period of very difficult and immense hardship. We must be our brother's keeper. We must be for one another. We must indeed protect one another, not betraying the interests of one another. Very important. We once again thank you, eminent Biafrans, for having participated, and we ask the Most High God to continue to renew us, continue to revive us. And more important, may He give us every enablement to restore Biafra. From here, this is Sister Mefor. At this particular point in time, sign off. Thank you very much. Good night and God bless.
Ibu